Hey folks, watching watches once again. So I mentioned, at least I think I mentioned in a previous video that the recent Tissot that I bought I had to return. I bought it on eBay, good price, but there was issues with it and I had to return it, which is sad, but sometimes you just have to do what you have to do. So instead I bid on a watch on a Tag Heuer, which I've been trying to get a few times. This is my third attempt at getting one of these. And I won an auction at a really good price, and most of the time, well, a lot of the time, it's a bit too good to be true, and sadly on this occasion it proved to be the same. The only reason why I went for this auction was because the eBayer had nearly 1,500 feedbacks, with about 98 point something positive feedback. So I felt reasonably confident, but I knew at the back of my mind that, you know, something which feels too good to be true, it usually is too good to be true. The price was excellent, but one of the things which really should be a very, very telltale sign is when they say no returns. That should be a big indicator. Thankfully, eBay has your back generally. As a purchaser, eBay generally has your back, and there's really no issue with returning it. And if they don't want to accept the return and they play around, eBay just gives you the money. So I had that with a Tissot just now, and I spoke to eBay and they said nothing to worry about. If they don't pay you back within 2 working days, we send you the money. So that was very encouraging. Anyway, I'm going to show you the watch. I'm going to tell you why I think it's not genuine. So this is the tag that I won in an eBay auction. Now, straight away, the first thing I noticed when I took it out was the Cyclops. Number one, the date is not centered properly. That's roughly where it is. I can move it around so it's centered, but when you do that, you can't read it clearly. It starts to merge with the edges of the Cyclops. And that's the first thing. When you have homage watches, for instance, I've got Seiko homage watches, and they do the same thing, and you just don't get a good Cyclops with non-genuine watches. And so that was the first thing which worried me the minute I saw the watch. And then I started to just go through the whole watch carefully, and there's so many things wrong with it. So for number one, let me just take it off there. This was supposed to be newer tags, and the stickers, this one fell off straight away, and you can tell this isn't the type of sticker that you get on the back of a watch. And these stickers here are not genuine. This possibly is the only, but even that I don't think is right. But these stickers here are not correct. Probably just a bit of sellotape put on there. There's dirt underneath them, and you can see all the little specks of dust and stuff like that. Clearly not original, or at least if it was, it's been put back on, but I don't think it's original. The problem I had first off was I couldn't open the clasp. I'm trying to close it now and I can't. I've got to really force it home, and then most of the time it doesn't open, although now it is, funnily enough. There you go, look, I can't open it. I'm pulling it. So there's definitely an issue with the clasp. I don't know if that's bent or warped. I mean, looking at the stamp, that stamping doesn't look right either. It should be laser etched rather than stamped, I think. But the things which I do know for sure are if you look at the plaque above 6 o'clock where it says caliber 5 and automatic, on a genuine watch, the word automatic is not centered between the caliber 5 and the 300 meters. It's actually closer to the caliber 5. So the gap between caliber 5 and automatic and 300 meters is different. It should be different, at least according to the Tag Heuer website. So I think that's actually a very clever way they've done that. I don't know if it's for that reason, but that's certainly one of the things which I could tell. The loom pip is wrong. It's much too deep in there. It should be on the surface and much more sort of almost proud. The crown on this one has and when you turn it, look at that, look how much I'm turning it, and there's so much play. You know, it should be moving. Excuse my dry fingers, but there's far too much play going on there. And a Tag Heuer, you wouldn't get that kind of play. It arrived with that scratch there. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if that's poor finishing on the stainless steel or a scratch, but either way, and it's got lots of little pits and things like that all over the watch. So clearly not new for a start. Look at those scratches there. So it's definitely not new. Yeah, it's just something that you know, I think the more and more I get into buying watches, the more I've realized that anything over a couple of £100, £200-300, you just can't risk buying it on eBay. It's as simple as that. At least eBay has your back, but it's just a hassle to go through it each time and have to wait until you get your money back, and it's just, you know, and sometimes, you know, you could end up getting a fake which is so good that you might actually think it's real. So really and truly, the only real way of doing it is through a dealer. Unfortunately, that means paying more money, quite a bit more money, and unfortunately, in most cases, it just means that I won't be able to have a high-grade watch. That's all. So you just have to settle for the Seikos and the Tissot and things like that. So, and that's just the way it is. It depends on your particular financial situation, I guess. But I did actually make inquiries at Tag Heuer as to whether I could have the watch inspected, opened up, and make sure that the movement was right, because it looked so good on the pictures. But they said that they could open it up, but if it's not genuine, then obviously they'd still charge for it, which is fine. I'm okay with that. But the problem with that was that it would take a couple of months at least till you get the watch back, and I don't know how long you can return stuff to eBay for. So I wasn't going to take that risk. So there we go. All right, that's the end of my sad tale. Have a great evening, everybody. Catch you on the next one.